6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. Foreign Minister has urged India to avoid warmongering mantra and shun the nation that Pakistan can be cowed by threats. Prime Minister has expressed optimism that new leadership of High Court bars will help strengthen the justice system. Hajj applications under the government scheme will be received from tomorrow. AJK President has called upon the United Nations to appoint a special representative for Kashmir to resolve the long-standing issue. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their unpitiable state of terrorism martyred 3 youth in Kulgam district today. United States and the Taliban will hold their next round of talks in Qatar tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has advised the Indian government and leaders to avoid warmongering mantra and de-escalate the tensions created in the aftermath of Pulwama incident. Speaking at media briefing in Islamabad today, he asked the Indian government to halt continuing the atrocities against the Kashmiri people in occupied Kashmir. The foreign minister warned the Indian government against even thinking of misadventure and reminded that the whole Pakistani nation, leadership, political parties and armed forces are united. He said Pakistan is a peace-loving country and wants peace in the region. However, it cannot be intimidated with the flimsy tactics of war. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said India should not even think of casting an evil eye on Pakistan. Expressing his dismay over the Indian government's high-heartedness stirred by the belligerent attitude, the minister said the Indian government is whipping up the tension by issuing the notification regarding the leave's cancellation of its medical professional and asking people to ensure the supply of grains in their store. He said large-scale arrests have been made in the Health Valley and all the Hurriyat leaders have been put under arrest after the Pulwama incident. Foreign Minister said the Hurriyat leaders are being forced to leave Kashmir and even the politicians like Mehbooba Mufti are also now raising their voices against the Indian atrocities. The Foreign Minister said all parties Hurriyat Conference leader Mirwais Umar Farooq has declared that India can unleash the aggression of any extent but it cannot suppress the facts. He said the new generation of Kashmir has the searing spirit for a freedom from the illegal Indian occupation of the valley. Prime Minister Imran Khan says active Bar Association have a key role in ensuring the rule of law. In a felicitation message to newly elected member of High Court Bar Association across the country, the Prime Minister said bars also play an important part in strengthening the institutions and promotion of democratic values. He expressed optimism that the new leadership will perform its responsibility in further strengthening the justice system. The Prime Minister also hoped that the new leadership will work side by side government to extend its reforms agenda. Hajj applications under the government scheme will be received at the designated bank branches across the country from tomorrow. The intending pilgrims can submit their application till 6th of the next month. According to Ministry of Religious Affairs, over 184,000 Pakistanis will perform Hajj this year. The selection of Hujjaj under the government scheme will be made through the computerized balloting on 8th of next month. Saudi government has recently enhanced Pakistan Hajj quota to 200,000 and Ministry Policy Formulated Committee is scheduled to meet next week to decide about the utilization or the allocated of 16,000 additional quota. Saudi Arabian authorities have included Pakistan into their Road to Makkah project to complete the immigration procedure at Karachi and Lahore airports. Sessions of the Senate and the National Assembly will be held at the Parliament House in Islamabad at 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. respectively tomorrow. Besides legislation business, both the houses will take up the matters of national and international importance. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. AJK President Sardar Masood Khan has called upon the United Nations to appoint a special representative for Kashmir to play its role in resolution of the long-standing issue. Addressing a joint news conference along with the former Norwegian Prime Minister Jel Magne Bondevik in Islamabad this afternoon, he said the world body and the international community should undertake the diplomatic efforts for peace resolution of Kashmir dispute. Sardar Masood Khan welcomed Jal Magne Bondevik's peace efforts to solve the issue of Jammu and Kashmir through dialogue. Speaking on the occasion, Jal Magne Bondevik said Kashmir is long-standing issue of Asia and people living there have been suffering. He said current escalation is dangerous for the regional peace and international community must come forward to solve the Kashmir dispute. He urged Pakistan and India to get engaged in talks and demonstrate the restraints to avoid war. An international conference under the title of Indian State Brutalities in Occupied Jammu and Kashmir will be held in Islamabad tomorrow. It is being organized by international think tank Pakistan House. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, President Azad Jammu and Kashmir Sardar Masood Khan, and former Norwegian Prime Minister Jal Magne Bondevik will address the conference. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops, in their unabated act of state terrorism, martyred 3 more youth in Kulgam district to die. The youth were killed during a cordon and search operation launched by Indian Army, Parliamentary Central Reserve Police Force, and a special operation group of police in Turigam area of the district. The killings triggered massive anti-India protest in Turigam and adjoining areas of the district. Hundreds of youth assembled in Turigam and shouted pro-freedom and anti-Indian slogans. In the meantime, a deputy superintendent of police was killed, with an army major injured in an attack in the same area. On the other hand, complete shutdown marked by the curfew-like restrictions was observed across the territory today against the Indians' brutal measures including mass arrest, killings, attempts to repeal Article 35A and 370 of the Indian Constitution. The United States and the Taliban will hold their next round of talks aimed at ending the Afghan conflict in Qatar tomorrow. The U.S. Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad will lead the U.S. team, while Taliban's negotiating team will be headed by Sher Mohammad Abbas Stanigzai. The U.S. Peace Envoy, headed of talks, said that the United States and Russia have agreed to explore options on securing travel waivers for Taliban negotiators to participate in talks to end the war in Afghanistan. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has departed for Hanoi by train for talks with the U.S. President Donald Trump. The much-anticipated second U.S.-North Korean summit is scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday in Vietnamese capital. Iran successfully tested a cruise missile today during the naval exercise near the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's state news agency IRNA reported that more than 100 vessels are taking part in 3-day war games in a vast area stretching from the Strait of Hormuz to Indian Ocean. It said a Ghadir-class Iranian Navy submarine successfully launched a cruise missile, and 2 more submarines also have the same capability. In Syria, at least 24 civilians were killed in landmine blast in southern city of Hama in Salamia today. Syrian Arab News Agency reported that civilians were killed when a car carrying workers on a boat ran over the landmine in Al-Azeb Valley area. In today's first match of Pakistan under Super League at Sharjah against Peshawar Zalmi, Multan Sultans were 140 in 18 overs for the loss of 4 wickets a short while ago. Peshawar Zalmi won the toss and elected to field. In the second match, Karachi King will face Quetta Gladiator at 9 p.m. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain thunderstorm with the light rain snowfall over the hills is expected at isolated places in Malakand Division and Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and also watch the live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.